Okay, so as I said, I got discharged, but I held something back from the doctors, which I shouldn't have done. I was having heart palpitations, which I just figured I've had those before. I'll go home, I'll rub some Vicks on it, I'll get rid of it because Vicks solves everything. And in the past, I just put it down to maybe anxiety or whatever. But I'm going home, I'm going to stay at home. No. Okay, so I lasted a total of 4 hours before it kicked off. So gradually through the night, I was getting more pain. I was clutching my sides a lot more. I put a hot water bottle there. I just figured, I don't know, anxiety. Um, Belinda, kids went to sleep. Belinda went to sleep, and I'm just laying in them. I'm staring out the window. I'm just getting worse and worse and worse. It's just the pain's getting worse and worse and worse, and I can't control what's happening. The frustration inside of me is building up. So I didn't want to wake Linda up. So I get up, I walk around the house, walk down the stairs, round, back up the stairs. I'm trying to be quiet. I'm trying not to wake the dogs up. Back down the stairs, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. I decided to lean over the couch. I don't know. I think I was trying to stretch it out at this point. I will say now that my memory of this night is in and out, phased, because I think I lost all sense of reality at one point. I was in that much pain. And I remember feeling that this is wrong. This is not right. I actually remember I was trying to recall out of all the problems I've had with sepsis and everything else I've been through, anything that felt like this, nothing did. I'm in big trouble. I know I'm in big trouble. All sense of rationale is gone. So I decided to call 999 and get myself an ambulance. I don't know why I didn't ask for help, wake Belinda up or anything, but I called 99 myself. Okay, yeah, ambulance. Okay, who's the ambulance for? I said, it's for me. Oh, and this is where you'll hear the most stupidest fucking thing about how our system works. So, had somebody else have called the ambulance, they probably could have got the ambulance there within a couple of hours max, if not sooner. Because I called the ambulance myself, it's no longer deemed an emergency because I have the compos mentis and the ability to call 999 myself. They can't guarantee the ambulance for at least up to 8 hours. It could take up to 8 hours. They can't put me down on an emergency because I'm well enough to make that phone call myself. What if I lived on my own? What if I was having a heart attack right there and then? There's so many different things that could have happened in that time that they just don't take into consideration. But because I'd made the phone call, it could take up to 8 hours. So at the time, I just said yes, but then I called my uncle. Belinda's still asleep. I decided to call my uncle and say, look, what I actually told him was, I think this is my last night. I don't think I'm going to make the night. I'm in so much pain. This is it. I'm done now. I'm so sorry. He got Sandy to come straight over. He called Belinda because my uncle wasn't well either. He called Belinda and said, do you know Rob's just called? What's going on? She was not aware of any of this was kicking off. So she came running downstairs, said, well, what's happening? What's going on? Panicked out of her mind. Josh had heard what was going on. He came downstairs. I'm in the fetal position on the couch. I'm not stringing sentences together anymore. I just phasing in and out of consciousness now. The pain was just unbearable. It was. I don't know. This is the worst it's been ever since the diagnosis, since the operation, since the sepsis. 10 times worse than the sepsis. So this is not good. I'm in a lot of trouble. I told Belinda I called the ambulance. Sandy, she cancelled the ambulance because Sandy's going to take me down. Josh had to help me to my feet because I was having trouble balancing. He helped me to my feet to get me over to Sandy's car, and I turned around to him and said, I'm so sorry, mate. I'm not going to get to see you graduate. I'm so proud of everything that you've done and who you are and the young man that you are, and please take care of your mum. So now I've scared the living piss out of him as well. I'm in and out of what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't remember the car journey to the hospital. I do remember it was cold, and I remember that a couple of security guards, because I'm a big fella, a couple of the security guards carried me into A&E. I remember there's lots of shouting, lots of screaming, lots of hysterics. He's dying, he needs help now. I remember going through resus. I remember going into a ward. I've got no sense of time at the moment. I don't know how much time's gone past. Apparently I'd lost my temper, and I threw a bedpan at my Aunt Sandy, which I just don't, I'm not that person. I used to have a temper when I was younger, but I'm not that person anymore. But it was bad. I'm in a lot of trouble now. The doctors are having problems calming me down. So they concocted, this is information I got the next day, by the way. But at the time they concocted a special morphine drip with some other crap in it that's going to calm me down and put me to sleep and try and get to the bottom of what's going on. So that's what they did. They hooked this drip up to me, and then I fell asleep, and then I wake up the next day. I'm throwing up everywhere. There's all this, I must have thrown up about 10 times in a row. Even the sip of water would make me want to throw up. So you throw up, you've got that god horrible taste in your mouth. You have a sip of water, repeat, throw up. But it's all green. It's all like a watery green colour. It's horrible stuff. Although Belinda denies this, and I think we have bickerings on this. I remember or recall having a conversation with the doctor, asking the doctor, is this end of life? Is this it? He also said, no, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. But clearly they don't know what's going on at the moment. They've just got to stable my condition first and then do a load of tests, which they did. So it turned out that I've now a gastral infection. I think I'm saying that right. A gastral infection, which was possibly caused by a little bit of the sepsis that had stayed in my body, and then turned into this big infection. And it was a 50-50 whether I was going to see it through that night. So I was in a bad way. I was in a real bad way. But they jumped on it, and they quickly started to give me medications, and I was going down for daily scans and routines and everything. But they got on top of it. It was chaos, absolute chaos. And I think, this video is almost at 8 minutes, so I'll go into the chaos of what was going on in the hospital at the time, what personally happened to us in the next video.